All right, I have 9 o'clock or a little bit after. We'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. Please join me in reciting the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, thank you. Approval of minutes.
Do we need a roll call?
I'm sorry, roll call.
Ron Miller,
Present.
Chris Armstrong,
Here.
Mayor Franklin.
Here. Approval of minutes.
I've read them, and I'd make a motion for the approval of the minutes as presented.
Second.
Been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion on the minutes from the May 31st meeting? Hearing none. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Minutes are approved on a vote of 3-0. Approval of claims.
I'd make a motion for the approval of the claims in the amount of $186,398.01.
I would second that. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, I would call for a vote on approval of claims. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed. Passes on a vote of 3-0 to claims. Approval of licenses.
I would make a motion that we approve the 7 applicants that we've received for licenses.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded for approval of 7. Is there any questions? Any discussion? All in favor of approving the licenses that have been presented, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? No. 3-0 on the approval of the licenses. Are there any changes to the agenda?
No.
Old business. As I catch up. Old business, 638 Grove Street. Acting Building Commissioner Deb.
That property was purchased in a tax sale in February. She was in here when I condemned it. Hopefully they'll take possession of it either this week or next week. And then I'll get a hold of her and have her get me a plan of action.
Good.
Okay?
Any questions? All right. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right. Under new business, parking signs at 128 Eel River Avenue and 218 Eel River Avenue. Chris, can you give us some
Yes.
background?
The one that is in front of Savannah Vintage, we're just going to move it back one parking space so that the tree is not covering it. I've talked with Terry Hawes, and she's fine with us to do that. Then the other one that's on down where Vicki Lebo's interior design used to be, that business is no longer there, and we're going to take it out. So 128 East Eel River Avenue is going to be moved back one space, and 218 is going to be taken out.
Okay, and I assume you've conferred with the Chief of Police on this?
Yes.
Okay.
And the street department.
And do either of those departments have objection?
I have no objection. With your approval, those signs will be moved and taken down this afternoon.
Any discussion?
No.
That's your recommendation?
Yes.
I make a motion we approve that recommendation.
Okay, it's been, and I'll second that motion. It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any further discussion? We'll call for the question on making the changes regarding the parking signs at 128 Eel River Avenue and 218 Eel River Avenue. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Request by Logan Shooters Bar and Grill, a benefit ride for Isabella Corcoran.
I have no questions.
Yep. Can you enlighten us a little bit? Did this request come to you?
No, it went to Cheryl, but
Okay.
They're not blocking off the whole street. They're blocking off from 17th to between Good and Plenty and the laundromat. So it will not go clear up to 18th Street, and it's just in front of their area.
This is very similar to what they've done in the past. Is there any further discussion?
I would make a motion that we approve Logan Shooter's request.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and properly seconded to approve the request for Logan Shooters Bar and Grill for a benefit ride for Isabella Corcoran. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Another request, I'm sorry? Yeah.
When we have these requests, can we make it mandatory that we get a contact name and phone number, hopefully a cell phone number, in case there are any issues?
Yes, we can, and
After hours.
and we will forward this on to your office. There is contact information on here.
Thank you.
All right.
I
Thank
don't know
you.
if this is a cell phone or not, you might want to call the number and get a cell phone number if it's not.
Okay. And there is another request from Rick Hopper, chairman of the Logan Shooters Memorial Ride fundraiser. This is very similar to the last request. They've done these for a number of years now. Spelled out in writing everything that they're asking for. There is contact information on there for Rick Hopper. Is there any discussion on this one?
I just want to add that this one does close the entire block from 17th to 18th Street.
But it does not include 18th Street.
Right, just up to.
Okay. All right. Is there any further discussion? I'd make a motion that we approve the Shooters Memorial Ride Cancer Fundraiser.
Second?
It's been moved and properly seconded. Is there any discussion, any further comments? All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Reports, Acting Building Commissioner Deb O'Connor.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
I ordered a property to appear. It was 320 and a half 16th Street. That was where the fire was a month or so ago. I have given you all a copy of the plan of action that the contractor plans on doing. I also issued a permit for the demo of a garage that was on our tear down list, 115 12th Street. Hopefully that'll be coming down shortly. And I'd also like to lift the condemnation on 522 Wheatland Avenue. They've fixed and repaired everything that needed to be done, so I'd like to get that lifted.
I'm sorry, what was the address of the garage?
115 12th Street.
Okay.
Okay. And I did 14 permits and no contractor registrations this week.
Did you have any contact with the person at 115 12th Street?
Yes, we've been off and on the phone. I've mailed her the permit forms. She mailed them back. Then I did the permit, but she does not leave her home. So
Do you have the cost for the demolition?
it was $1,000 or something. It's a small garage, but
Good.
it's pretty bad shape.
It's
So,
$1,000 that saves the city.
yes.
Good. Well, thank you for your efforts. And I'm finding out more and more when we contact these people and apply a little pressure, it seems to bring some results. And I thank you for your efforts.
You're welcome.
Is there any questions regarding the building report?
I'd make a motion we approve the building commissioner's report.
I would second that. Hearing no further discussion, I call for approval of the building commissioner's report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed, passes on a vote of 3-0. Code enforcement officer.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Slow week for code enforcement, but an extremely busy week for zoning. I won't say slow week, it was because I was tied up with zoning issues. I only tagged one vehicle this week. There were 5 properties cleaned by the city, and that's it on my code list, other than I did stop by 1305 Spear Street this morning, and I haven't had a chance to tell Dan yet, but it appears that probably next week, hopefully, everything will be out, and we'll start on that whenever Dan's ready. The only thing that appeared to be left to do today when I drove up past there was take the telephone wires down and the TV cable. The gas meter has been removed, as well as the electric and water.
Is there any underground locates that have to be done on that?
You know, I don't know, but it probably wouldn't be a bad idea, just to be safe. I'll take care of that.
Okay, and we want to make sure that there's no liens on the property, no bank lien or anything like that.
That's in the process right now.
How many yards did we mow last week? Do we have any idea?
No, I just got the list from Dan this morning. I'm aware of 5 that we mowed, and there's a lot more out there, but I'm tied up right now with zoning issues.
Are we on the verge of starting the second round of mowing on some of these?
I noticed coming through town this morning that, yeah, there's at least 2 or 3 that I've seen that we need to go back for the second time on now.
Okay.
And that's not going out looking for them, that's just on my way to destination and back.
Questions for code enforcement? Any further discussion?
Make a motion, we approve the code enforcement officer's report.
Second that motion. It's been moved and properly seconded to accept your report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Passes on a vote of 3-0. Superintendent of Public Works, thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hopefully you have in front of you our report for the street department and also Mount Hope Cemetery. If you'd like to take time and look through that, I'll be able to address any questions that you might have concerning either report.
I do notice the new landscaping project down there at the Pocket Park on Market Street, across from the State Theater.
Looks good.
Looks very good. You should be proud of your work your men did down there. I'm not sure when the statue is scheduled to be delivered, but that block's going to look pretty sharp when it gets finished. I'm still getting compliments on the cemetery and how well it looks, how good it looks, and I just
Thank
want
you.
to commend you for that as well. Any questions for the Superintendent of Public Works?
I would make a motion, we approve his report as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Hearing no further discussion, ask for approval on the Superintendent of Public Works report. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay, passes on a vote of 3-0. Chief.
Thank
Chief
you.
Neer, thank you. I'm sorry. Chief Clark. Chief Clark, come on up.
It all needed a laugh. Can we back up recording? Good morning to everyone except the mayor.
Good morning.
I just had a few things that I'd like to touch on. Saturday the 9th, we're having the annual bike rodeo, Tower Park, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. We're going to have bike giveaways and helmet giveaways and free hot dogs and Pepsi and chips and stuff like that. I'd like to invite everyone out to it's a great program, interaction with the youth and the community, and teach them the bicycle safety to hopefully have, we've had a few incidents already this summer of car versus bicycle accidents, and hopefully these safety programs will alleviate some of those. So the next thing that I have is we worked with the clerk treasurer, all the departments. We're going to have a city surplus auction on the 19th of June at 9. We always hold it annually right out back here at the police department, and we're going to have bicycles, assorted office furniture, stuff like that, just any surplus property that's deemed by the Board of Works to be surplus, we're going to get rid of at that time.
Would that be June 16th?
Yeah, the 16th of June.
Okay.
Is that?
No, I thought I heard the 19th.
I'm sorry, it is June 16th. So I did say that at 9 a.m. Next thing I have is with the first round of the hiring process, we got a gentleman in the perf. He's going to be assessed through that. Hopefully we can get that finalized for you to make a official hiring in the near future. The second process is at the written application stage. We had 19, as I stated in the last week's report, that have been passed on to that, and we're going to be getting those into a certain deadline, and then we'll move on with the background and such. So that's all I have for this week.
Any questions for the chief? Okay, I'd make the motion that we approve his report as presented.
Properly second, yeah.
Been moved and properly second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of accepting the report, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Chief's report's approved on a vote of 3-0. See, the fire chief is not present this week. City attorney also notified me that he was not going to be able to be here, so we're good to go. Is there any further board comments? Any comments from the public? Visitor comments? Miscellaneous business, including any matters not already considered?
Motion to adjourn.
Moved and